We're moving on to October, so this month, it's only the 2nd, and I have decided to finish series that was obviously pointed out to me at the end of Empire of Storms, and I was kind of like, there's a lot of trilogies and like series on my shelf that I own but I haven't finished, and I've read like the first 2 books, or I've read the first book and I have the second book and I haven't read it just because I didn't want to have to reread them again in order to get back into the world. But I've decided that I don't want to do that anymore, and I need to read all of the books on my shelf before I buy more, even though that doesn't always happen. So the first series that I want to finish is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, and of course this series has been out for I think over a year now, definitely over a year, and I've read all the way up to Cress. I listened to all of them on audiobook from my freshman year. I started reading them my freshman year, that was like 3 years ago. And I just didn't read anywhere. Once winter came out, I didn't read it because I didn't want to have to reread them. I haven't read Fairest or Stars Above. I have them, but those are the next books on my TBR for October. So I'm currently in the middle of Cress, rereading it again. I'm on page 171, getting there. I plan to finish this probably by the end of today and into the next week. And then I'm going to move on to Winter so that I can finish the series, and then read Fairest and Stars Above, just the novellas and kind of like the spin-off for Queen Lavanna. And then those will be done. As I said, I read Outlander. I started Outlander in September and I finished that book, and so I'm continuing on with The Dragonfly and Amber. This is the huge edition, which my friend absolutely loves because it's floppy. Personally, I like mass market paperbacks just because they're small, they can fit into my bag, and I can just like take them out and read them, and yeah. So planning on probably not finishing this, but continue reading in between what I'm reading, and yeah. Next I want to read Six of Crows because The Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book to this duology, just came out last week. Yeah, so this previous week, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. This is my friend's copy actually, and you know how much she trusts me because she lent me a copy of her book. And so yeah, so I'd like to get into this world. I've heard that it's really good, and I'd like something fast-paced and not super long. And I think that it like matches kind of the October feel, especially the aesthetic of it. The Crooked Kingdom's pages are red, they're like blood red, which is really cool, and I thought that it would fit into October and a cool action-packed heist. October is also kind of the first, we're getting into school and we're getting into everything, so I'm probably not going to be able to finish a whole bunch that I want to do, but I'm finishing Lunar Chronicles, that's 4 books, and then continuing on with Outlander. Hopefully I can finish Six of Crows, and if not, just as a fallback, quite a few standalones that I'd like to just knock off because I am only 30% at my goal for Goodreads for what I want to read by the end of the year, and that's very far behind because obviously we're in the 10th month of the year and there's only 2 more months to go, so I need to read many more books. So if I finish what I have on my TBR, I'm going to continue with standalones like The Wolf Wilder, which is obviously a gorgeous cover. I mean, look at that. This was definitely a cover buy, although Reagan had it, she read it, she said that it was pretty good, not kind of what not super good, but I love anything to do with wolves, and I'm very excited about this, and it's just gorgeous. It is on my shelf. This book is set in Russia, kind of in the woods, and it's about a girl named Feo. She and her mother train domesticated wolves to go back into the wild, so they're like half wild, but she has some that are of course loyal to her, and she has to go on a journey over the river and through the woods to St. Petersburg with her wolves to try and save her family because because somebody's trying to take away what her and her family cherish most. So we have the villain, the protagonist, the antagonist, and she's gonna go save things. Alright guys, that was what I read in September and my October TBI. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you guys later with another video. Bye!